My ex-wife and a lawyer also hired a garden lighting. So they hired a therapist and a garden lighting for them to write an indicting report against me so they can use them and testify in court against me. That was the agenda, and I didn't know anything about it at the time. So the garden lighting report was filled with false words. There was nothing true in the garden lighting report. I was very lucky at the time. The judge on the case at the time recognized what we were doing. The judge ignored the garden lighting report. She was so concerned that she hired a lawyer. The garden lighting was so concerned that she hired a lawyer. That has got to be unprecedented. The garden lighting did not believe in my culture. So she wanted to deny my kids part of her heritage. That's the sickest thing I ever seen in my whole life. That's the sickest thing I ever seen in my whole life. The garden lighting fabricated a report and filed it with a court. She fabricated evidence and filed it with a court. That's a crime. That is a crime. I don't like talking about the garden lighting because every time I think of her, I feel like puking. So here's what I'm going to do. I wrote a book about the case. Chapter 4 actually relates to the garden lighting. So I'm going to put a link in the detail area, and you can go and read about the garden lighting for yourself. Anyway, it gets even worse. So my mom was admitted to the hospital for palpitation. So I filed a motion with the court so I can go and visit with her. So my ex-wife lawyer filed a motion with the court for me to provide my mother's will. I want to repeat that. My mother was admitted to the hospital. She was not deceased. She was just admitted to the hospital. So my ex-wife lawyer filed a motion with the court for me to provide my mother's will. That is sick. That is sick. And these are lawyers practicing law in the state of Florida. You have to be extremely severely morally bankrupt to do such a thing. I used to think of law as a noble profession. I don't know what to think anymore. What my ex-wife lawyer doesn't know, and that I know, is that maternal love is universal. The love we have for our mothers is universal. The love she has for her American mother is the same kind of love I have for my African mother.